Ardith Design. Welcome back to my channel where we celebrate all things counted cross stitch, embroidery, save the stitches, and sustainable stitching. I am so excited to be here today. I have some really fun finds, a lot of haul, a little mail call, and you're gonna unopen my package with me. I am filming today is Sunday, February 10th. 2019. This video won't post probably till after we have our snowstorm. We're expecting 3 to 5 inches, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Better to be safe than sorry. We got our cooking done, crafting done. Well, crafting's never really done, right? I'm really excited to be here today. I'm wearing my granny square sweater complete with shoulder pads, and you know, Melanie Griffith did not have linebacker shoulders like I do. So I am sporting these shoulder pads and they are fierce. I'm just really happy to be here. I'm happy to spend another week with all of my stitching friends. This is Flosstube number 30. 30. Oh my goodness. And on top of it being my 30th episode, I am approaching 500 subscribers. Holy guacamole, I am so excited. So I think next week we should do like a giveaway, like a big giveaway, right? Because my birthday is coming up and I don't know what better way to celebrate. 500 subscribers, my birthday, counted cross stitch. I don't know what better way to do a celebration than to give some stuff away. So hang on to your needles, my friends, because next week we're gonna do a birthday blowout bonanza. But for the time being, we're gonna have fun here. Like I said, I've got some Save the Stitches finds. I have my sustainability station this week, and it is sustainable container solutions. Creative crafting containers is really what it's gonna be. I have some really fun little finds and some stuff that I have been inspired by other floss tubers. So we're gonna do some floss tuber shout outs, some little crafty stuff, some haul, and you know, all the crafty things. Yay! You know, I love crafts. I love stitching. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we are going to get started, and I'm going to do just a blanket shout out really fast to all of my designer friends and LNS owners and staff, employees, and family members who are getting prepped and ready to venture down to Nashville for the needlework market. I am living vicariously through all of you in your social media posts. I wish you all the best in these final kind of couple weeks counting down to the big day. I love seeing the sneak peeks, and it's just exciting. And I'm hoping to have something that I'm going to release in March. And it's hard because, you know, not being at market, but you just keep moving forward. And I know all of you understand, right? I also want to give a big happy Valentine's Day to all of you that are watching, and just know that you are loved and appreciated, and I am so grateful that you tuned into my channel and that you're spending time with me, and you are a gift. And on that note, let's get started with the main body of this episode. All right, we are gonna do the upcycling stitching solutions first. And I wanna give a huge shout out to Mischievous Stitches, Lori. And I also wanna give a shout out to Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery. They both talked about spoon racks and using spoon racks in order to display your scissors. What is a spoon rack, you might ask? Well, it just so happens I have one to show you. as I start knocking down all the things. This is a spoon rack, and for anybody who doesn't know, a lot of souvenirs and tourist destinations would have commemorative spoons. We also had thimbles, magnets. Magnets are still really popular. Keychains, shot glasses, you name it. If you went to a town or an attraction, typically they had it. And many, many, many people collected the spoons. I may or may not have a few spoons. But I really loved Mischievous Stitches Lori and Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery both showcased how you use these spoon racks to display your scissors. And in the vein of creative crafting containers, I had this little tin and I put my scissors in it. If it's a tin and it's properly shaped, I like to use it, right? So I have my scissors. I only have 2 pairs of scissors, and this is my 1 pair. But as they say in Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner, if you build it, they will come. If I get scissor storage, maybe one of these days I'll have more scissors. But I thought that was so cool. Look at that. So if you have a collection of scissors and scissor fobs, what a beautiful way to display it. It made me think of Mama Joan of the Joan and Kelly Show. She has a huge collection of scissor fobs and scissors, and the joke is, oh look, just another pair of gingham scissors. So here's another way to maybe display your scissors. You could paint this. You could do the Teresa Kogut painting method, maybe prim it up, or the Priscilla and Chelsea method and do like a chalk paint and distress it. So there's just another idea. Again, on Pinterest is where I found Beth Twist's blog article back in 2014, 2015, showing this. And you can always follow me on Pinterest. I'm at One Lucky Pug, P-U-G, One Lucky Pug, if you want to follow me on Pinterest. So I pinned Beth Twist's blog article, and I found this week I found some hankies out and about. And one of the other fun things that they said was you could always display your hankies or your cloth fabric on these. You don't just have to do your scissors. So maybe if you had the decorative fabrics that you wanted to display, this is another good way to do it. Look at this little one. It's got a little dolly, and it's dolly washing. And I love the colors, and she's like washing her little doll clothes. And I have my lingerie. I'm just holding up everything. This, I had talked about putting my Amish wash Save the Stitches on, but now I'm reevaluating my choice. I don't know what to do. But the cool thing about these, they're magnetic. So you could put your needle minder display. Again, another creative crafting solution. Again, that one is magnetic. They have some washboards that are not magnetic. So, you know, play around, see what you find. So in my adventures, I got 2 of these racks, and I am just thrilled. Okay, I got 2 of them. What are you gonna do with me? I am just dropping stuff all over the place. Comment below, how should I finish these? Should I paint them white? What should I do? Anywho, spoon racks. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Lori. My next fun find is a la Michelle Garrett, Bindi Stitchy. And again, I found this week. Oh, you ready for this? We are on the hashtag buy all the trivets. So I got this cute little watering can trivet. I love it. And now I gotta get a spring design stitched and get it in this little trivet. I have one trivet actually finished, and I've shown it before. and it is my joy ornament. And I put the magnet on the metal. It's got like the little wood and the little deer and stuff. And it's fun. I mean, why not? And I get to display this. And again, I put this on a magnet, and it all just clips on. Another fun creative crafting solution. Those trivets. And as Michelle would say, buy them all. Another creative crafting solution is you go to your secondhand shops or whatever and find the little containers to make your own little pin pillows and little pin cushions. So I picked up this week, and it's so cute. I don't know if I'm gonna turn it into a pin cushion, but for Easter, it's the made in Japan ceramic. So I'm excited. I don't know, maybe I'll just put it down and like throw my orts in. I don't know, or just look at it. I also have this, and before Pretty Southern, Linda Jo's favorite candy, and I took off the label, and I'm like, what do I do with this? So this, I think, is gonna become some sort of creative container receptacle. My little plastic candy thing. I got these. They're little tins, little tiny tins. And I wanted to do a comparison to see if like a needle and stuff would fit in it, and it will. So these are like the little 3-pack of Altoid Smalls, and it has 3 opportunities for crafty containers. And my final kind of thing, I saw this in the free toy bin, and it's one of those like restaurant kid things, and it's like a trivia game, right? And it's got the little cards, but I'm like, what can I carry in there? What crafty thing can I put in? It's just fun. While some people see garbage, I see opportunity. All right, moving on to some more fun finds I got this week. Look at what I found. I found another one. So this makes number 2. And I love it. Again, I only have 2 pairs of scissors, but I am getting ready. I'm getting prepared, right? To make all those scissor fobs. And I also found this really pretty milk glass one. And I loved the idea of making it with a circular finish. And I know Teresa Kitten Stitcher was talking about on your side tables, everything can be kind of low on your side table, and it's nice to have either like a candle holder or something up high that you can put your pin cushions or something in, so you have things at varying heights. And I really liked that idea. In the past, I would have looked at this and been like, I don't need this. But looking at this now in a new light, going, wow, Teresa's right. You can have depth to your side table or your crafting station where not everything is one height. And so I also was toying with the idea of putting this in here. We'll see. I got, and inspired by Teresa, of course. Who isn't inspired by Teresa, right? I found the Springerelle. I'll link it below with the correct spelling, because clearly I don't have the correct pronunciation. And these, you can make the beeswax thread keep ideas. Oh, so now this is in my stash for the, make all the things. My husband's like, we've never heard about these before. You watch Flosstube and now you have 3 of them. I'm like, yep, what can I say? I am constantly inspired. That's all I can say. And speaking of inspiration, I have an iron. I got a cast iron iron. Cast iron iron. You know what I mean. It's so cute. I love it. I have an, again, newfound appreciation for ironing after watching the Flosstube episode on how to iron. And what? Shaker boxes. Carol, Salt Box Stitcher, was talking about how her husband is now making the shaker boxes, then seeing everybody's shaker boxes, and I'm going, oh, those are so pretty. I've never come across those in real life. I've only ever seen them on TV, or if I've seen them in antique shops or something, I never like made the connection about their historical significance and their artisanal beauty. Well, thank you, Flosstube, for enlightening me and bringing me into the fold, as it were, of little boxes on a hillside, little boxes in my craft room, little boxes, little boxes, little boxes just for me. There's little ones and big ones, and I'm ready to fill them. Can you tell I cannot sing? Oh my goodness, and my kids are screaming in the other room. We just taught the grandparents about Google Hangouts. It only took them 3 years. And here we are. I got 3 boxes. The number 3 is big for me today. And look at this, I just love them. And there's no maker's mark, but I am so excited that I officially have my own set of shaker boxes. I mean, look at what you all do to me. I love it, and I'm grateful, and I appreciate all of you. That is not a complaint. I hope you know that. So look at this. It's a set of 3, and I love them so much. They're not my colors. I don't have primitive colors in my home, or the prim colors. But I will make an exception for this beautiful craftsmanship and artistry stuff. Ah, I love it. Should we move on to, what should we move on to? I think we should move on to mail call. Ah, I'm so excited. I have a package. I pulled off the label, but I have a package from Brandy Goibel. Every home needs a gnome. She posted in her last Flosstube that she made some gnomes that were available in her Etsy store, and I said, yes, please. I paused her video and promptly went and purchased one. Well, and I think about 2.5 minutes later, she had it shipped. I'm like, girl, that was instant. So here it is, and I'm excited. Should we open it together? Okay. I haven't seen it yet. Okay. It literally made it to me from the West Coast to East Coast in 48 hours. I am stoked. It's like better shipping than... No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that out loud. I didn't say that out loud. Oh. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Woohoo! Okay, invoice. Look at this. What do we got? Oh, look at how cute that is. Look, it's got a little M on it with the... Oh, look at how cute that is. How did she know I like wood slices? So now I have a Maryland wood slice and a West Coast wood slice. Nice. Okay, let's see what we got. I love gnomes. I love gnome. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh. Look at this little doll baby. Oh, it's so cute. Do you see that? It's got a little bell. It's got hand stitching. His little nose is a wooden bead. Oh, he's got felt and he's hand stitched around. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I love him, Brandy. Thank you. And I have a little M. Awesome. Thank you so much. I love it. I'll link her shop below. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so that concludes mail call. And I think we should move on to save the stitches. I'm gonna get something to drink here. Again, my huge boa cup. It's so ostentatious. And it's so large that you can't take it with you in your vehicle because it doesn't fit in a cup holder. So, but I guess that's for the best because it's like a big gulp cup, but it's called a bubba. So what are you gonna do? All right, I'm moving my iron out of the way so I don't accidentally kick myself. All right, we are going to do Save the Stitches. And I am excited. I found a couple things this week. I went out, I had a really stressful day, and I had decided, this was earlier this week, and I decided to just do just a little bit of retail therapy. And I just happened to stumble upon one of my stores, and there was this piece that has been, and this is the heavy thing that almost fell like 4 times while I'm videoing. There is this piece that has been there for, I want to say it's been hanging up for 6 months, maybe a year. And I've seen it, I've photographed it, I've thought about buying it, I've thought about bringing it home with me, but it's not my aesthetic, even though I think it's really lovely. And I gave it ample opportunity for someone else to take it home. And it languished, and I watched it languish there. And what I've said before is that I can't save all the stitches. I am not financially able to. I don't have the space. I'm not financially able to save them all. So I ultimately do hope that they make it to a good home. Unfortunately, for several reasons, a lot of things do not make it to a home, and they end up in the dumpster and then in a landfill. Well, here's an example of a perfectly good piece of cross stitch that was about to go in the garbage. And this is why. So this was sitting on the showroom floor, like I said, at least 6 months. Could have been like a year. I don't remember. They couldn't sell it, and they marked it down 75% off, and it still wasn't selling. So in order to make up floor space, a lot of times the thrift stores, charity shops, op shops will just throw stuff out. They've marked it bottom basement prices. It still isn't moving. They have to make room for more stuff, so it will get thrown in the dumpster. Well, this was on its way out to the dumpster, and I happened to be there, and I bought it. So I got this piece, and it came home with me, and I want to say Java Girl Stitchers, she also maybe stitched this back in the 90s. I could be wrong, I could be mistaken. But it was professionally framed, as I hit my glasses, it professionally framed and mounted. It's on a double mat. My critique of the piece is that they did not stretch it, so I don't know if you can see that the line here is not even. It's because the Ada was not stretched. My goal is to remove this from the frame. The frame is dirty and like dusty because it's been sitting for months and months. But I would like to reuse this frame for myself, for one of my projects. And then I might turn this into a pillow or try to rehome it. So that is one of my Save the Stitches. And again, super happy to bring it home with me and keep it out of the landfill. I also got this week a kit, a Dimensions Gold kit, the Wreath of Roses. And I'm super, super stoked about that. So that came home with me. And the find of the week. Are you hanging on? Are you sitting still? Are you ready to see this? All right, well, first off, there was a nice note of masking tape wrapped around it. It had a price and a date. And it said June of 1990. And do you see see that right there? 100% linen. And when I first saw it I thought it said flax, F-L-A-X. No, it says flaw, F-L-A-W. Now, if you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know that I like the irregular, the flawed, the little bit of dirty, the little bit wonky. That's just what I do. I even have a produce like weekly box that comes to my house from Hungry Harvest, and they literally sell me wonky fruits and vegetables that stores will not take or carry because they're either too big, too small, and they don't fit industry standards. So, to keep food from going in, you guessed it, the landfill, it gets diverted, and I buy it, and other people around me buy it, and like I had wonky carrots this week, but beautiful small plums, so stuff that is not, normal is the stuff that I gravitate towards. I like to see the beauty and the unusual. So at first glance, I'm like, oh, that says flax. And my heart is like, oh. No, it says flaw. And it didn't have a price on it. Well, I spoke with the ladies, we negotiated, and I came home with a vintage bolt of irregular navy blue 100% linen fabric. This is my first ever bolt, y'all. I've never purchased a bolt before, but I bought a wonky bolt. Hashtag wonky bolt. That doesn't sound, ooh, no, scratch that. We're not gonna do that hashtag. Anyway, I got, and it's literally from the masking tape on there, that's masking tape residue. But I got a bolt of fabric, and some of it's cut kind of weird and odd. So it's not a full, by any means, it's not a full bolt. But I am so excited. I am like over the moon. I have linen, so much linen. I love my linen, linen, linen. So here's a piece. This just fell off the bolt. I didn't cut it off. So I like held it up to the light, and I'm trying to do the counts per, the thread count per inch. So I'm sitting there and I'm like trying to count it out and see if it's an uneven weave linen or a regular linen. Well, in the midst of trying to count it out with 2 small children, that didn't work. So instead of counting, I ended up making those little knots, and I ended up making a little embroidery piece. So I still don't know what count of linen this is, but I got a bouquet of red roses for Valentine's Day. Woo woo! So I used colonial knots, and I tried to do the cross stitches, but it was two strands of fabric, so it looks a little bulky. But in honor of Beth Twist and her fancy little fobs, because I watched her tutorial on using the silver dollars to make the little fobs. So I made this freehand design, and I thought, well, I'll make a little scissor fob, right? And I'm really excited. But I had gone through my stash of silver dollars. Oh my gosh, so I love silver dollars and $2 bills. $2 bills are my jam. Anyway, and then I also have the American, it's engraved though, so the silver dollar, the full silver dollar, those are the half dollars. So, and I ended up, after watching Beth's tutorial, I want to say it was like 4 or 5 months ago, I was like, I don't know where my silver dollar collection is. It probably burned down in the fire at my mother's home because I lost everything else. So I thought, well, what about poker chips? If you can't, so poker chip is about the size of an American silver dollar, and they're bigger than the half dollar, but what about using poker chips? Because they have some weight to them depending on what you use, And I picked up this whole set of poker chips for a couple bucks. And then I even went so far before finding the poker chips when I'm trying to find something as a fob alternative besides a silver dollar, because silver dollars and half dollars, they're expensive. Like the value of them is more than 50 cents. Unlike the American penny, which it actually costs more to manufacture an American penny than the value of the penny itself. Anywho, so I went to the dollar store and I picked up a checkerboard for $1, and it had the checkerboard pieces, and I thought, well, what about cutting out, here it is nice and round, cutting out a piece of felt and then using that to make a little fob. Again, it's larger, but it's round, it's universal, and you could have several shapes of the same thing. So again, thinking outside the box of making your little fobs, poker chips, checkerboard chips, all the game stuff. Another creative crafting containers idea. And again, so this is my little stitching this week. I'm hoping next week I can tell you what count of linen this is. I'm so excited. And that's my Save the Stitches this week. Awesome. What else? Oh, well, what am I working on? Well, I am stitching, a bunch of model stuff because I'm gonna have some patterns coming out for the spring and summer. I am so excited. I don't have any model stitchers, so I am feverishly stitching my little fingers. I'm wearing them out, right? You gotta do your stretches. But for fun, I have been doing a couple projects. I have not worked on, I've got like 7 projects going and I haven't worked on any of them, so I didn't pull them out to show you. But I am working on Briar Rabbit because I would love to get this done in time for spring. And I still just have the BC, but I made my executive decision to just go ahead and stitch all the flowers in purple, and it is the purple iris from Gentle Art. Yeah. So I decided to stitch it Gentle Art, and then the rabbit is stitched with purple iris, Gentle Art. And isn't this fun? This is my hole punch, and it's shaped like a cross stitch. That's my Susie Reno sidebar thing. And then this is, I perpetually look disheveled, excuse me, the Victorian Model Sampler Shop Parchment, and it's really pretty. And that's what the bunny is. And I just love it. And like I said, I am so excited. I want to get this done for spring. I love when the daffodils bloom, or forsythia blooms. Forsythia has the really pretty, it's the bush and it's got the yellow flowers, and I love it, all my bulbs. And yeah, so that's what I'm working on that I can show you. I've got some spring stuff, like I said, that I'm so excited to release and show you, and I hope that it doesn't get buried in the deluge of market releases that y'all are about to see. I did make these little stitches and stuff, so I've got some stuff done. I got a shipment in the mail. I have not received my shipment of my stitching friends yet. This is my author proof copy, because they take, my publisher is funny. We're on the bottom of the barrel. Authors are in getting their shipments on time. So thank you all who have purchased my Stitching Friends address book. Thank you so much. Thank you. I also, you know, because who doesn't love chickens and chalk? I have just a plain notebook, my pumpkin rooster from last year that I did. I just think he's so fun. I published that under my Ardith journals, so it's not specifically cross-stitch. But I made this, and I was inspired by Pam and Steph of Just Keep Stitching. And Pam said how much she loves game boards. Well, I love cribbage. And I had quite an extensive cribbage board, vintage cribbage board collection at my mom's house, and it's gone now due to the fire. It It's no longer exists. But I do now have a published book with a cribbage, with my cribbage art, and it's just my sketch and stitch, the graph paper. But I thought it was fun, cribbage boards, and I am thinking about developing a cribbage board cross stitch pattern. So let me know below what you think about that, and is anybody interested in that? Does anybody know what cribbage is? I haven't played in a couple years because I haven't found anyone to play with me, play cribbage with me. And anyway, and then I also have my springtime sketch and stitch, which is again the same graph paper with a different cover. And this is in celebration of Easter. I premiered this book last year around this time of year, and I just love it. This is all my original art. So thank you all again. I have so much fun making things, and it makes me feel so good that you all enjoy my work. I want to wish you all a beautiful week. Thank you for tuning in. I would love it if you want to like and subscribe and hit the little bell button to get notified. I put a video out every Wednesday, and I just love it, and I'd love for you to come and hang out with me, stitch with me, giggle with me, all the things, make all the things with me. I'm grateful for everything. You can buy, bad plug, but you can always purchase a book from me, or purchase a pattern from me, or make a donation on my page. Every penny helps. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for tuning in. Have a great stitching week, and I'll see you next week. Take care.